What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the lab with another quest build. I have a template to a high-rise super freak hatch that can take flight amongst the skies. It's in the same tree as my previous upload, my glass cleaning inside finisher, which I have not seen at all on 2K24 thus far. So this tree is extremely rare, but this is going to be like a baby brother that can soar above the rest of the competition. As you can see in the title of the name, this thing has shades of Stacey Augmon, Richard Jefferson, and Josh Smith. This is the High Flyer. Love this new name in NBA 2K24. Alright, we're going to jump right in. We're going to make this at small forward. You're going to be 6'9" for this template, 213 pounds with a max 7'7" wingspan. So follow along to a T to get this High Flyer name, and then tinker at your own discretion in your builder. At the end of the day, it's your build. You can literally do whatever you want. You might not agree with some of these specs, but configure it to your playstyle and try to tinker and get this name, or you might find another rare name in this tree. Again, I really don't care. I'm just providing you guys the blueprint to having some RBC success on the wood. So first off, we're gonna go driving dunk maxed out to a 99. That is gonna be the staple of this blueprint. We want Hall of Fame posterizer on this build. We are gonna need to up our vertical to an 85 to unlock that, but we're gonna go back up to our driving layup, add 1 to an 80. It's gonna unlock that Hall of Fame Pro Touch. That triggers a lot this year. Then we're gonna get our close shot to a 71 because we want that fast twitch on bronze when we do get the pill down low, because this is gonna be an off-ball slasher. We wanna go right up with it and yam all over our opponents. We aren't gonna be touching standing dunk or post control from this regard, but as you can see, when you are attacking the rim, you're gonna be punishing anything that stands in its wake. This is gonna be a specialist high flyer hatch that can literally dunk on anybody. And then we're gonna go to 3-ball. We're gonna get this up to a 76. It's gonna be a little meta. We're not gonna be touching mid-range. We're gonna leave that at a 61 because honestly, on a high flyer with a 99 driving dunk, you're not really wanting to pull up for a mid-range jumper. You're gonna go yam that brain dead biatch. But you do want to be able to step out and hit that 3-ball. So we are going to get that 76 to give us agent threes and corner special on silver. And then we're going to get our free throw to an 80 because people are going to start hacking you when they realize, oh, this dude's trying to dunk all over my entire continent. So they're going to be throwing elbows and trying to decimate you when you finally do step in the lane. So they're going to be trying to take you out in the air. You want to be able to go to the free throw line and knock down free points at the end of the games. And we don't want to punt playmaking, so we are going to get our pass actually to a 77. You can be a good teammate with that. You get bronze needle threader. We're going to get our ball handle to a 75, and you're going to get those pro handle animations at the 70 ball handle range. But we're not going to be adding anything to speed with ball because this isn't going to be an ISO slasher. It's going to be an off ball slasher. You don't want to get the pill and then ISO blah 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 and then try to go yam. This is going to be a team centric high flyer. So we're not trying to just speed boost past our guys when we get the pill. Play good homegrown sound basketball and then slash, and then get out on the break and take flight. But this is not an ISO-centric high flyer. Defensively, we are going to get our perimeter defense to an 82 because we do want to have some perimeter defensive ability. At small forward, you're probably going to be guarding a lot of wing type players. In 2K24, where there's a lot more emphasis on being able to be a specialist or a well-rounded player, you should have monsters behind you. So we're not going to be really investing in interior D, but we are going to be strong AF off rip on God's swear left side curtains. So you're going to be able to body dudes up at 6'9", but we do want that high perimeter D to prevent shooting on this build, especially if you're in a 2-3 and you're helping off. You want to be able to close out on shooters and at least guard the perimeter on this build. We're not going to add anything to steals or blocks because we're not going for those splash plays defensively. I know some people don't necessarily like that type of template, and we'll touch on that at the end of the build, but we're not going for splash defensive plays on these first few builds because it's just going to take you out of the position. And since we're not going all in on steals and blocks, I'd rather just kind of punt those and just play a good homegrown sound defense. But defensively on the glass, we're going to max out our defensive rebound to get that gold pogo and rebound chaser, and then put our offense rebound up to a 74. Here's some leeway. You can add some of this atch even higher in offense rebound, or you can go all in on offense rebound up to a 90. But we do want that gold pogo. and we want Gold Rebound Chaser to be able to pluck. But again, this is where you can kind of have a different variation on your template and your playstyle. Do you want to attack the offensive glass? Then by all means put that up. If you do go higher than I think an 80 or into the 90s, 85, 85, it will turn it into that glass cleaning inside finisher, which is one of my favorite names that I've seen in 2K24. Again, that's in this tree extremely rare, but we want that high flyer name. So we're not necessarily hunting for that glass cleaner name, but you do know that's in the tree if you wanted to go that route. But we do want that gold reeb and gold pogo, so we're investing in the defense rebound on this template. But then we're gonna max out our speed, max out our acceleration, max out our strength to an 82. That's gonna give us that silver immovable enforcer, and it's gonna allow us to get gold physical handle, so you can handle the pill on this build. And then we're going to get our vertical to an 85. That gives us that Hall of Fame posterizer. And then put the rest on stamina to a 95, get that silver workhorse. So giving this build a once over. Again, this template is going to be a 99 driving dunk off ball slasher type playstyle. Obviously, to get this high flyer name, you need a super high dunk, and then none of the other attributes cross name thresh to overpower the high flyer name. But the playstyle on this high flyer is going to be, like I've been saying, that off-ball slasher, Josh Smith, Richard Jefferson, Larry Nance, a player that can kind of screen and then dive to the basket or play off-ball and pick its spots. I really do like the fact that this build gets Hall of Fame aerial wizard, so you can go and get those putback dunks like crazy, which is why I would kind of suggest investing more in offensive rebound than defense rebound. If you want to, you can even drop the acceleration a little bit, that fast feet badge, and you need a 70 acceleration to get it, which is why we are 213 pounds at 6'9" with a max wing. But again, you can do whatever you want with this playstyle. This is a strong, high-flying player that can shoot the three ball, that can kind of make some plays. But ultimately, this is a slasher through and through. If you wanted to make this with higher speed with ball and be a little bit more isocentric, you know, by all means do that. But I think this thing could be a menace at the 3 in the rec or Pro-Am 5-on-5. Could be a great complementary piece, and again, it's a specialist, and so I want to kind of push people more towards being a specialist and elite in one or two things this year, kind of like 2K19, instead of trying to do it all with a well-rounded build. Unfortunately, not everybody has the stick work to be on an overall well-rounded, balanced build. That's just what it is, tough cookies, and to be honest, you know, too many chefs in the kitchen's not necessarily the greatest thing. So I like to see some more of these specialized type builds really dominating at the rec and in the city, and I think this build could be absolutely lethal in the correct system. But again, you're going to end up with kind of one of the rarest names in 2K24, the High Flyer. Like I said, this is that off-ball slasher with the 99 driving dunk, making it an absolute high-flying specialist. I am going to be cooking up some more well-rounded type builds for the channel, but I like these specialists. I think there's definitely a place for certain... I think there definitely is a place in 2K24 for guys that can be elite in one or two things. Not everyone needs to do everything behind the sticks. You know, making these kinds of builds can impact the game even more so, especially in the right hands. What do you guys think of this build? Let me know down in the comments, because I want to keep my finger on the pulse of the Sparrow Soldier community. Anyway, you know what time it is. Be on the lookout for more builds coming soon.